Hi, I'm Madhur. I live in Delhi and I'm a concerned citizen. So, what that I am so concerned about? I am extremely concerned about the alarming levels of pollution and the different types of pollutions that we have in the city. For example, air, water, soil, and even groundwater. And therefore, I decided to make a series of short videos in which I interview my father, Mr. Vijay Panjwani, who happens to be a Supreme Court lawyer with an experience of over 30 years in the field of environment law. A lot of us feel very helpless when we see air pollution and water pollution. For example, when every time we cross the Yamuna, we feel what can be the solution for this? So one question that I would like to ask you is that if we see toxic discharge of wastewater into the river Yamuna and toxic discharge of toxic gases being released in the air, say in an industrial area or in a residential area, what can we do about it? What are the steps we can take as individuals?
The sources of pollution, it is very important to know how water in the Yamuna is polluted, how the air is polluted, and you are right that the biggest polluter is the industrial waste water going into Yamuna. Why is it going directly? It is going because you don't have common effluent treatment plants. Whatever 15 of them are supposed to be functioning, but actually when you go and inspect these common effluent treatment plants, they are not functioning properly. Some of them are lying closed for years because either the rainwater is not reaching them or more than the capacity of the plant is reaching, and then electricity bills are not paid, so the electricity company cuts off the electricity. I have no idea that out of 15, how many of the common effluent treatment plants built and constructed in Delhi on the orders of the Supreme Court are functioning. It's a very sad story. Similarly, we have problems with sewage treatment plant. Our bathroom waste and other wastewater, which is not industrial in nature but domestic in nature, also has the same problems. Sewage treatment plants, 14, 15 have been constructed, but they are not really functioning properly. They are dysfunctional or partially functional or function only sometimes. So, it is a pathetic situation, despite the fact that Delhi has the Supreme Court, Delhi has the principal bench of National Green Tribunal, Delhi also has a Delhi High Court, and there's committees and authorities and agencies all over the place, and yet the pollution of the river water and the pollution of the air continues.
So, as Mr. Panjwani said, that a very strong reason for the pollution in the Yamuna is actually us, because all our bathroom waste is going to the Yamuna every single day, every single minute.
What we can do is to prevent the waste at the source itself. Delhi has a mixed type of construction. The places have bungalows, each individual house is there. Then we have very big cooperative group housing societies where there is apartment or flat system. So that is slightly difficult, but it is easier like in Defence Colony onwards or GK, or there are so many places around Delhi, also in NCR like Noida, Greater Noida, where there are bungalows and there are big drain pipes installed, also constructed by the local government or local corporation, municipal corporation. Now, instead of sending the bathroom waste through the drain to a non-functional or dysfunctional sewage treatment plant, it will be better to have a septic tank attached to every bathroom in every bungalow, because that was the trend by up to 1972-73. After that, the drains came and STPs came, but before 72-73, each house, each group housing society had its own own septic tank, which is so easy to make, which is very easy to make. It does not require any electricity or energy. The water from the flush and along with the solid waste goes straight to the septic tank, where nature, air and the sun takes care, and there is evaporation. The septic tank obviously is covered, and it need not be very big in size. Depends on the amount that which can be calculated. For say 6 people, you need such a big septic tank, or for 2 people you need smaller one, for 20 people slightly big. In bungalows it is possible, because septic tank also need not be underground. It can be constructed overground. It can be even constructed on the terrace, just like you have swimming pools on 5th and 6th floor of 5-star hotels, and the water from the swimming pool does not leak. Similarly, a septic tank can be constructed on the terrace of existing houses and existing group housing societies, buildings and towers.
So you are saying that septic tanks are definitely a better option
Yes.
compared to sewage treatment plants,
Yes, it is better option.
and they are cheaper as well.
Cheapest, because no electricity is involved.
Right.
Once septic tank is constructed, then it has to be cleaned only once a year. That's all.
So the solution is right there. Every single day you can avoid your bathroom waste from going into the Yamuna or ultimately into the sea by just creating a septic tank in your own house. Suppose there is a factory near my house that is really polluting the air, and I have spoken to the factory owner that do not do this. This is really affecting my health, and he's not listening to me.
Factory owner will never listen to you. What can you do under the law is separate. What you can do as a citizen, first thing you did was to request him not to pollute the air, to have proper pollution control device, or not to discharge wastewater, have this treatment plant inside the factory. Small primary treatment plants are there, like for restaurants you have grease traps. In legal language, the small grease trap costing 30,000-40,000 rupees is also called a primary treatment plant. So when you say primary treatment plant, does not mean some kind of factory. Even a grease trap is called primary treatment plant. So you have requested that restaurant owner or the factory not to pollute the air and not to discharge wastewater without treatment. He does not do it, does not listen to you. In fact, you possibly may be beaten up. Secondly, what can you do thereafter? The most effective way I have found is in Delhi is the Times of India Citizens Reporter, which comes on page 2 and 3. Every day they give 3 pictures with the name and address of the person who is complaining about certain grievance of garbage, of littering, or broken roads, potholes, and broken urinals, broken foot bridges, and there are so many things people have local grievances, or too many horns outside a school. Traffic, the school starts at 8:30. The honking and the cars start at 7:45 to 8:45. It is going on and on. This is a regular feature in Delhi, the honking of the cars outside schools, and it happens twice, in the morning and again in the afternoon. The schools are not providing any traffic controller or traffic coordinator. So in Delhi we are suffering from this problem of traffic also, of noise from the traffic, of wastewater, of polluted air.
So can you tell us the different steps? If we go to say Times of India, but that does not help, then what can we do? How do we get the ultimate redressal?
We have discussed. One is personal request. Second is citizen reporter in Times of India. Then third step will be writing a complaint to the Delhi Pollution Control Committee or if you are outside Delhi, to the concerned State Pollution Control Board, and bring it to the notice, and also to the municipal corporation, local municipal corporation. Like if you are living in East Delhi, then you contact East Delhi Municipal Corporation. You don't have to go physically. If you do not have the means, you can always write a letter with copy to the Prime Minister's office. This has to be done because unless you communicate, other steps are Facebook, other step will be Twitter, and where on Twitter you have to catch hold of the authority concerned on the Twitter. Like Kejriwal has a Twitter account, Prime Minister has a Twitter account. You can tweet directly to them about your grievance. You can even upload photographs. So don't be shy of communicating with the Chief Minister, concerned state or union territory. Then you have the last resort is always the court, but before the court also there is a SDM's court, the District Magistrates Court, which every state or every city is divided into zones, and every zone has got a SDM. SDM has lot of power. It is his duty to see that there is no nuisance, honking, traffic, garbage, everything comes within the definition of nuisance. You can file a complaint to the SDM of your area, written complaint, and seeking redressal of your grievance. If that also fails, then in the judicial side, you can go to the judicial magistrate and file a complaint that will lead to punishment of the polluter. And that punishment, though, is only 3 months, but in India we know that going to the court, facing a trial for many years is itself a very big punishment. So you can take these steps one by one within a short period of say 2 to 3 months.
So we thank Mr. Panjwani for joining us today. And if you have any feedback or you want to write about this to us, please email us at the email ID given at the end of the video. And if you have enjoyed the video and learned even a little bit from the video, then please like and share the video with all your friends and family to spread awareness about the issue. Thank you for watching.